I just want to bring this tweet to your notice. This is what happens. This is New York Times correspondent. Now he has no issue without cross-checking, without verifying. He tweeted a couple of hours ago to say Pakistan has reportedly struck multiple air bases in response to earlier missile attacks. Targets include BrahMos missile storage in Bias, Udhampur Air Base and Pathankot Airfield. Eye for an eye, Pakistan security officials say. Now, few hours later, in the briefing it was said that all these targets, if there were targets to attack these, they were all foiled. But it did not deter a foreign media personnel to put out fake news.
True. So, you see, we were talking earlier that how Pakistan plays this manipulated narrative very well. You look at the name of the person who's put out a tweet. While he may be New York Times, as you mentioned, but you see the name, Salman Masood. So, you know that they have their own pockets of goodwill in these media houses. And he says, Pakistan security officials say. So, he can wash his hands off by saying, I am only reporting what I was told by the Pakistan security officials. Pakistan's security machinery is putting out this kind of propaganda, we know. But coming from New York Times, it lends itself a great amount of credibility.
Some kind of credibility.
Also, a great amount of visibility in the Western world.
Yeah.
So, that is where we also need to engage. Though we need to engage from the point of a credible narrative, like our press media just put out, that this is false and here's a photograph to show that no airfield has been damaged. Things like that. So I think, like we discussed earlier, we also need to play this game where battle of mind space is almost as, if not more important than other means.
So there are many people who turn around and say that this armchair nationalism, there's a term which is used that armchair nationalism is detrimental, that what we are seeing in the media is a lot of jingoism that happens. Could you tell me, because you were in Kashmir several times, could you tell me what role does the media play in narratives, setting the narrative, the impact on the people?
I think, Smita, media plays a very important role. And increasingly so in today's times. Media and both social media as well. Because the common man actually turns towards media for information. And it is not only the news, it is how the news is presented is very important. Pardon my saying so, some of the media channels I see are not very responsible. You see, in today, earlier we were talking about how panic can set in because of a couple of incidents, how people, the targeting of hospital, schools, things like that, panic can set in.
Yeah.
And some of the media houses, when they report things, there are siren blarings in the background, there is very melodramatic music like a Bollywood movie, and saying this is happening, that is happening. If the anchors and news persons are shouted, excited, it creates that, it whips up that kind of thing in some civilian, in a viewer. They are looking for information, and if you get this kind of a frenzy, hyperactive news anchor, I don't think it's helping the matters. We need to be more responsive. We need to, we need to be more responsible. And media does play a very important role, and media should play that important role in creating a credible narrative. Rather than picking out something while it is unconfirmed and trying to run it for, first past the post kind of a philosophy, I think that's not required. I have seen a couple of very responsible news channels say, we've heard of this, but we are not going to play it because we still haven't got an official confirmation.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.